Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I'm Rose, and today we're going to be talking about money blocks. Yes, we're going to be uncovering the psychological barriers that might be holding you back, that have been holding me back from building a healthier relationship with money so that we can unlock our full financial potential. So, when we talk about financial freedom, debt freedom, financial success, most people often think about numbers, income, expenses, savings, investment, being rich. But there's another side of money that often gets overlooked, and that's our beliefs, our emotions, our attitude about money. And these are the psychological factors that significantly influences our financial decisions. So today we are going to be looking at the mental and emotional barriers that prevent us from making smart financial decisions. And we're going to be doing this in two parts. In this video, we'll be focusing on identifying the most common money blocks. And then in part two, we'll explore actionable strategies to overcome them because I don't want the videos to be too long. All right? But before we get into today's video, I want you to grab a pen and a piece of paper and write down any money blocks that resonates with you, whatever your thoughts are about money. Then share them in the comments. All right? So what money blocks have you experienced and how have you dealt with it? So let's keep the conversation going while you listen to the video. All right, so what are some of the common money blocks? Those beliefs, the fears that keep us stuck and limit our financial growth. So number one is the fear of scarcity. And this block is the belief that there's never enough money. And it might lead you to hoard cash, save excessively, or avoid spending even when it's necessary. So the fear of scarcity often stems from past financial struggles or trauma. So let's think of someone who refuses to replace their old, very old, unreliable car because they're just so afraid of depleting their savings. And even though the repairs are costing them way more over time, they just refuse to replace that old car. So this mindset creates unnecessary stress and it limits their ability to enjoy financial freedom. All right? Number two is the fear of abundance. Yes. So the opposite is also true. Some people feel very uncomfortable having more money than others. And this fear can often lead to self sabotage because of guilt or the worry of appearing arrogant, I might say, or selfish. So imagine someone who wins the lottery and they just decide to splurge, just spend that money because they feel guilty for having more money than their family or friends. So the fear of abundance causes this person to just go wild, not planning how they're using the money, not investing, they're just spending that money because they don't want to seem as if they have more than their counterparts. So they self sabotage. And when all that money is done, what's going to be next? All right. So, number three is the fear of failure. So, have you ever avoided making a financial decision or financial plan because you're scared of making mistakes? So, this money block is very common. And I can attest to this because I put off budgeting for so many years because I was afraid of making mistakes. I was afraid of failing at budgeting, even though I know the fundamentals. But given the amount of debt that I have, I just didn't want to face it and fail. So this block can lead to procrastination, which in my case it did. So you procrastinate on essential tasks like building a budget or investing or saving. Some people might avoid 401k investment because they are so afraid of picking the wrong fund because they are not educated about investment instruments. So they avoid and they'll tell you, oh, I don't understand. Or in Jamaican term, I would say, boy, I mean, not understand it, you know, something that even about to go put my egg there, so. Can't put all of my eggs in the one basket when it brought me to have nothing. So, the fear of failure, we are preempting that failure to the point where we don't even want to try. We are so afraid of taking risk. But this avoidance can often lead to missing out on years of growth. And a lot of us can really attest to this. And number four is the fear of judgment. And I also believe quite a few of us can resonate with this one because we're often worried about what or how others perceive us, especially when it comes to finances, because we don't want people to know that we're struggling financially. So the fear of judgment kicks in, and we are afraid to do that budget. It can lead to us consistently comparing ourselves to others financially. It can lead to us hiding our struggles out of shame. And this is evident when you see that someone is struggling financially, but yet they buy designer clothes or the latest gadget to fit in socially, even if they put themselves in debt just to achieve this or just to get this, just to say that I have this. Because sometimes we want the latest iPhone just to say that, oh, I have the latest iPhone. You don't want to keep your iPhone 10 because we're now at 16 and you can't afford it. You can't make the monthly payment, but you still need that phone. So, this money block is one that is keeping us bondage as well. All right. And number five is the guilt around spending. So people with this block feels guilty about spending money, even on themselves or basic essentials. So this guilt can often lead to self-denial, poor financial choices, or even resentment towards wealth. So let's think about someone who skip routine health checkups because they feel that the money could be spent doing something else, even though their health is of top priority, but they refuse to go to the doctor. All right. Number six is the belief that money is evil. And when I read this one, I'm like, oh my God, because I always grow up hearing people say money is the root of all evil. So when you grow up around that saying, you automatically believe it true. But when you don't know the meaning behind it and what constitutes evil when it comes to money, and then you adopt this belief, make it become a money block for you because you were taught that money is evil. You were taught that money is associated with greed and corruption. It's evil. So you allow it to limit you. You allow it to hold you back from pursuing financial goals because you're uncomfortable with the idea of accumulating wealth. And this can look like you're probably getting a promotion and you turn that promotion down because you believe having more money will make you selfish or materialistic. So I believe this one is very similar to the fear of judgment or the fear of failure. But money is not evil. We need it to survive. It's a medium of exchange. It's essential and we need it for everything. So we need to get rid of that old mindset. We need to get rid of all that mindset that our parents taught us growing up that money is evil. And for most of us, it's probably the only thing that our parents taught us about money, the root of all evil. That's all. They never teach us to save, they never teach us to invest because it's the root of all evil. All right, number seven is the not good enough syndrome. So this block is tied to self worth. And it's the feeling that you're not qualified or deserving of financial success. And you often tend to undervalue yourself. So someone might undercharge for their freelance services because they believe their work isn't worth more, even when clients are paying them more. So you underestimate your value. You don't know your true self worth because mentally you're telling yourself you're not good enough. You're not confident enough to know that you're capable of doing this and much more. So we definitely need to get rid of this mentality that we're not good enough. We need to be the most confident person. We need to be our own cheerleaders because we cannot depend on others to cheer us on if we can't cheer on ourselves. We cannot depend on others to see the good in us if we can't see that we are worthy of. So, number 8 is to let's just get by. We have the just get by mentality. You have some people who focus on surviving instead of thriving. And this mindset avoids ambitious financial goals, leading to complacency and missed opportunity because we just decide to get by. We just decide to survive. So this could mean settling for a job with just enough pay to cover our bills instead of pursuing careers that offer long-term growth. It's like settling for a job that will cover the bare minimum because you just want to get by. And that's not good enough. We need to get rid of that mentality. It's holding us back. We need to see the good in ourselves. We need to see the value in ourselves and push ourselves to the forefront. All right? And all of these money block, even if it's not ingrained in us, we sometimes tend to think, oh, we're not good enough, or I just want to get by because we are afraid of trying something new. We are afraid that we might be judged. We are afraid that we might fail. We are so guilty about spending money. So we see ourselves as not good enough. When in truth and in fact, these are the money mental blocks that we place on ourselves. It's our cage. We put ourselves in that cage and we need to get out. We need to unlock. We need to unleash our inner strength so we can thrive financially. Because these money blocks might feel deeply ingrained in us, but they don't have to control your future. So by identifying them, you have already taken the first step towards building a healthier relationship with money. All right? So let me just go over the money blocks again. So for number 1 is the fear of scarcity. Number 2 is the fear of abundance. Number 3 is the fear of failure. Number 4 is the fear of judgment. Number 5 is the guilt around spending. Number 6 is the belief that money is evil. Number 7 is the not good enough syndrome. And number 8 is the just get by mentality. So which of these 8 money blocks you have been imposing on yourself? You have been using to limit your financial potential? Let me know in the comment section. And please be on the lookout for video number 2, which will speak about how we can challenge these limiting mindset. Alright, so thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll never miss an update. So you will never miss part 2 of this video. And remember, let me know in the comment section, what money blocks have you experienced and how do you plan to overcome? Alright, so until the next video, bye.